सफर अब करो, सांसों का भरोसा नहीं। मान भगवान को मानते हो मगर खुद से पूछो क्या भगवान की मानते। मान भगवान को मानते हो मगर खुद से पूछो क्या भगवान की मानते। धरती आकाश को जानते हो अगर ये तो देखो कि खुद को भी हो जानते। ये तो देखो कि खुद को भी हो जानते। प्रभु मिलन में हो, प्रभु मिलन में मगन मन करो, सांसों का भरोसा नहीं। शुभ कर्म में न देरी करो, सांसों का भरोसा नहीं।
Om Shanti. Good evening, everybody in Asia, Australia, etc. So today's topic, as you know, is Srimad, Law of Karma and its rewards. Srimad is Baba's elevated direction. So in Murli, whatever elevated direction Baba gives is Srimad. Disciplines are the ones that we have to follow in our routine life in order to be better yogi. And maryadas are the ones which helps our connection and relationship with everybody. So they are directions given by senior Brahmins. Now, as you know, Baba emphasizes a lot in Srimad to do powerful Amrit Vela, as that is the time to gain maximum power. Second thing Baba always says, study Murli every day, even before having your breakfast. Third thing, Baba says, keep good company. Don't get involved in company which is wasting your time, money, energy, because Sangam Yogi time is very valuable. Fourthly, Baba says, follow completely voiceless stage. Fifth, Baba says, have constant yoga. Yesterday, Baba was saying, surrender everything to Baba, like Brahma Baba. If you have money, use money for building university. Today, Baba was saying, establish your kingdom on basis of Srimad. Yes, and first and foremost is also be soul conscious. forget body and bodily relations and old world, and remember me alone. Next is, Baba says, keep busy spinning the cycle. Otherwise, Maya will have chance and attack you. Next thing is Baba saying, teach this gyan to everybody, bring souls close to Shiv Baba, let them be happy. So be world benefactor. And finally, Baba says, keep your chart. Check at night how many people you have given happiness, how many people you have given sorrow, what churning you had, how much benefit you have brought to many people, whether you had good yoga throughout the day, how was your Amrit Vela, etc. So throughout the day, what you have done, check your chart at night. Now, regarding karma, we have been interacting with other people all the time. So, we are born in a family because we have karmic account with them. Whoever are our friends, neighbors, relatives, our companions, our teachers, whoever we come in contact, whether boss at the job, colleagues at the job, we have karmic account with them. And depending on our karmic account, we get happiness or sorrow from them. Now, these are the karmic account of our past birth. Next is karmic account of this birth, because we may create karmic account by giving and taking. And whatever karma we do, we get the reward of it. If we are doing charitable karma, naturally we give happiness to others and receive happiness. So, knowing this karma theory, we have to perform charitable and elevated karma. But to have such good karma, we need to change our sanskars from impure to pure. So that is our aim in life, to purify ourselves, and Baba has come specially to purify us. So pay attention. Check yourself. And with determination and yoga power, transform our sanskaras. So never forget our aim, that we are here to change our sanskar and not react like in past. No, in the past we used to say tit for tat, tooth for tooth. But now we say, whatever others are doing, it's their karma. I must be performing pure and elevated karma. Now, if I am hurting someone physically, I have to suffer physically. I cannot absolve that physical karma or vikarma by meditation. But if I am hurting somebody mentally, I can absolve that sinful karma through yoga and charitable karma. If I'm donating wealth, I'll be wealthy in future. And as we know, this time of Kalpa, whatever we are doing directly to Shiv Baba, because in Bhakti, we were giving indirectly. We used to give donation to Brahman, poor people, etc., in the name of God. But now we are doing directly. And so the fruit of that karma is millionfold. So we become wealthy. We can be giving donation of jnana, bringing souls close to Baba, and that is the best donation. We might be doing physical good charitable karma, help someone, or do karma yoga in center, and that will help us to be ever healthy and beautiful in golden age. So we are doing good karma here, will receive the fruit or reward in future. If we are doing mansa seva, then the result will be, the reward will be, we will have peaceful, happy mind for 21 generations. So the reward of our karma, immediate reward will be happiness. When we give somebody course, the soul is happy and we are also happy. Or whatever help we give, whether it is physical, mental, moral, verbal, whatever, we receive immediate fruit of happiness. And future reward we will get in golden age. The status, depending on what charitable karma we have done, whether the status of a ruler or a subject or servant, all will depend on our karma in this birth. And if we are performing any sinful karma, we may get immediate fruit. For example, if I am hurting somebody, then they will hurt me immediately. I get angry with somebody, they get angry with me. I cheat somebody and they will cheat me. So I may get immediate fruit, or it may be fruit later on. Suppose I may have hurt somebody in past birth or unknowingly before jnana. Then what happens? Sometimes soul says, somehow I have lost my happiness, enthusiasm, I feel lazy, careless, etc. I don't know the reason. I want to do it, but I can't do it. So this is the late result of our past sinful karma. And then finally, the punishment can be in Dharmaraj Puri. So last time we talked about what sort of a punishment we get in Dharmaraj Puri. Because in Dharmaraj Puri, as somebody might have seen, Tiger Balm Park in Hong Kong, and I think it's also in Singapore, 2 places that Tiger Balm Park is there, where according to Chinese philosophy, what sort of a punishment is given? A person is thrown in a boiling oil. A person is torn in two pieces. A person is bitten by snake and scorpion in the river. In Hindu scripture, Garud Purana also, it is shown how the person suffers in hell or Dharmarajpuri. The skin is peeled off, the hairs are pulled out, all sorts of a punishment. A person is thrown from the top of the mountain. Even some of the BKs have had that vision of punishment. Now, question asked are, what is the basis of following Srimad fully? So the soul who has received this knowledge and faith in Baba and has determination that Baba is giving this direction for my benefit. Because some of the direction in the early stage, people feel, oh, they are too much, too difficult, but they are for our benefit. And so, with that understanding, the benefit of Srimad, the soul will follow the Srimad fully. Second question is it possible one can have faith in knowledge, but not full faith in Srimad? No, it is not possible. Because if you have faith in knowledge, then you should have faith in Srimad. Because it's Baba who is giving us direction. So I have to follow. Some people don't follow Srimad because of their laziness, carelessness, and that old sanskar too much deep-rooted. For example, if somebody is fond of cheese or cake or ice cream, and they know that in that ice cream there is eggs, or in cake there is eggs, or in cheese there is rennet, they know it. But that sanskar of greed, the taste for those sweet is such deep that they are careless and say, okay, it's all right. And they eat it. Is reward of following Srimad higher than reward from following laws of karma? Definitely yes. Following Srimad is very essential. Karma is only one part of Srimad. But like Amrit Vela, study, etc., they are very important. And unless we follow those maryadas, our karma will not be elevated. Next question is, what is the instant reward of following Srimad? If we are following Srimad, there is progress in our spiritual path. We find Baba doesn't give only all this strict direction, but Baba helps us. So everything becomes easy. And that's why we say easy jnana and easy yoga. So it's not difficult to follow Srimad when we are following it. And there will be success. Because many times in Murli Baba says, go and do this service, that service. So if the soul goes and does that service, they will find it, that service is successful. What is the instant punishment of not following Srimad? So those who don't follow Srimad, they don't have good yoga, dharana, and intellect gets locked, especially if somebody indulges in vices. The intellect gets locked and they start doubting in Gyan, Baba. And I have seen a brother coming to class in Mumbai. He was not following celibacy. And again he used to ask the same question. We used to explain and come back again with the same question. So intellect got locked. Next question is, many feel that 100% punishment for every sinful act after becoming a full BK. Baba always says 10% punishment for every BK, but teacher will have 100% punishment. Does it demotivate one to make intense effort? Or does it motivate? I think once we know the fruit of our karma, naturally, or the punishment of sinful karma, the sensible person will pay full attention not to perform wrong karma or not follow Srimad. So it should not demotivate intense effort maker. But naturally, lazy person will never do intense effort, will say, okay, whatever will happen, will happen. Next question is, giving Srimad by dadis or didi is on the basis of karmic situation of that one. As I said, dadis are giving direction. Srimad is Baba's. And seniors, didis, dadis, they will advise to follow Srimad. And according to their karmic situation, the soul will follow it or not follow. Next question is defamation or insulting yajna. One will face heavy punishment. Yes. The punishment will be depending on how many souls they have taken away from Baba, and so they will not get high status if they are defaming yajna. What are the immediate punishment of defamation? I feel the one who is defaming yajna, they will leave jnana sooner or later and inspire or motivate others also to leave jnana, because they are creating negative impression for centers, centervasis, BKs, etc. So, not only they leave jnana, but I have seen their company, whoever comes, also leave jnana. And especially in Australia, I have seen one person doesn't leave jnana, they will take many away from jnana. Next question is, how does following Srimad increases one's honesty and trust? Because Baba says, be honest. That is also one of Baba's Srimad. So naturally, the one who is following Srimad will imbibe that virtue. But not only one virtue, they will imbibe many powers by having constant remembrance, powerful remembrance, intense effort, and checking the chart. They will be progressing fast and in empowering themselves. Next question is it possible that somebody is obedient to Srimad but not always obedient to the seniors? Yes, it is possible. As I said, seniors are simply giving directions regarding disciplines, maryadas, etc. So if they don't have faith or trust in our seniors, they will not obey their direction, and sometimes there may be reason for that, and sometimes there may not be any reason, because there are always the reasons for not following seniors' direction. So my questions are over. Now whatever Sona has received.
So Baba says we should have no anger, no attachment, remembrance for 8 hours a day, but we are not following that. So will we get punishment for this? Obviously there is some karma in it.
Depending on if you are not following direction, like anger, naturally you will be hurting somebody and you will get the punishment for that. If you are attached to somebody, naturally your remembrance will be less, so you will be not getting high status. So if we are not following 8 hours remembrance, you won't be empowering yourself. You may not be able to do so much charitable karma, and so your status may not be so high. So that, whether you call it punishment or less reward, Baba says, if you are not doing service or doing some vikarma, you will be punished and you will not be getting high status. So I would say not getting high status is also part of punishment.
Yeah, definitely. One sister is saying that, in bhakti, we had fear. So we followed the rules properly. In Gyan, we are a little bit
Relaxed
lazy,
or slack.
slack. So why is this happening and how do we change this?
Because we think Baba is our father. We are not thinking about Dharamraj. If we think of God as Dharamraj, naturally we will be afraid and be more careful. So I think last time we talked about how there is a fear of Dharamraj. So we should not be slack. We should be sensible and alert and accurate following Srimad.
Now, Didi, there are many questions about those who live in centers and those who live at home. So, does it mean that if you live in a center, it is a more surrendered life than a trustee life? Does it mean that those who live in centers become kings and queens and those who live outside, they cannot? Everyone is asking this sort of thing. What's the karma between the two and can you compare?
Main thing is those who are living in center has benefit of good surrounding, good company, more chances of service, body, mind, and wealth. Now, how much they are doing service and doing charitable karma while staying in center will create their fortune or status. Because some people may be staying in the family, leading a trusty life, and they are very serviceable, then naturally they are good example for worldly people. Like Baba always praises in India, Usha and Ramesh. We have many couples who have been staying in the family and doing service, and they may be creating more fortune. So depending on how I am using my resources of treasures of Gyan and body, mind, wealth will create my fortune. But definitely center vasis have more chance. Those who are householder, they have to divide that time between Laukik job, Laukik family, and usually they don't have that much time or money or energy to do service.
But it doesn't mean that only Centavasis will come into the kingdom in Golden Age, into the close family. Some householders can also try.
Definitely, as I said, those who are trusty and really surrendered, staying in a family, they may receive kingdom, no doubt.
Yeah. I think you answered this, but if somebody defames Baba because they don't follow Srimat or they leave Gyan, what kind of karma will the soul get for this? Will it be physical suffering, mental suffering?
What I have seen, those who are in Jnana and left Jnana, they perform more vikarma than before. And even in the beginning, in the yajna, some of them who were sandeshi and used to be so much loved and respected in yajna, they left the jnana and they became worse than before. So naturally, once you start falling, there is no limit. And naturally, defaming Baba and taking away souls from Baba is a lot of punishment, lot of sorrow.
Connected with that, Didi, there was a very big question from Malaysia that it seems like some people in the Shankar party, they are ringing centers, ringing individuals in Malaysia, trying to pull them away from Gyan. So how should we be careful about this? What can we do to control the situation?
Mainly, what we have to be careful to warn new souls. Because those people in Shankar party, what I have seen, they are very intelligent and very much computer literate. And they are spreading their jnana through internet. And so we have to warn new souls about it, and we have to be careful, because in Thailand there was one brother who used to come to center every day, but used to believe in Shankar party. So I stopped him coming to class. I stopped him coming to Madhuban. But he is still listening Murli and sending Murli to everybody. So the thing is, sometimes they don't show that they belong to Shankar party. They show that they are genuine Brahman. But when you listen to their Murli point, we know it's not Baba's Murli, it's their own version of Murli.
Okay. So somebody is asking that drama and karma are very closely related. Drama and karma. No? Because your drama is directing your karma, your actions are anyway predestined. So what choice do we have now?
Our karma will create our drama. So Baba always emphasizing on efforts, not on the result. The result is drama. But our karma is in our hand. So we have to be careful about karma, and drama will automatically be created or better. If our karma are better, our future drama will be better.
Definitely, yeah. So a difficult question, which is, what is the karmic account behind mental illness? And very difficult, know how to get out of this.
Mental disease, I would say, is because of On a medical reason, we say about chemicals generated in the brain. But there is karmic account behind that.
Definitely.
Because in a family, not all members have same mental disease. And it is usually because of our past karma. If we have given sorrow to others, we suffer. Because usually, most common disease is depression. So the thing is, there is so much sorrow and unhappiness. So the reason they must have given sorrow in the past birth. And nowadays, so many people even commit suicide because of depression. Now with isolation and coronavirus, many have lost job, money, and they are in a hopeless situation. And they are committing suicide. So it's past karma.
There's nothing we can do apart from following proper psychiatric help.
Those who have mental problem, whether depression, whether it is phobia, Brahmins can help them to keep good company and make them happy and keep them occupied. Because if you are not occupied, you are sitting in your own world, in your own room. That's what depressed people do. They shut themselves in their own room, don't go out, don't mix with anybody, don't eat properly. So Brahmins can help them by giving them good company, keeping them busy, giving them self-respect, etc. And good wishes. Rather than saying, he's doing this and he's doing that and he's not doing this, he's not doing that. No. Try to help them. Good wishes and pure feelings can help them.
What are the short-term and long-term benefits of doing Amrit Vela? Because this is one of our main Srimats, no?
Short-term benefit is immediately you feel peaceful, relaxed, happy, and depending on how your meditation is deep, you feel so much empowered. And long-term benefit is you are becoming what your aim is, all virtuous, completely viceless, 16 celestial degrees complete, completely non-violent, Maryada Purushottam. That's our aim. So with Amrit Vela, that is possible. That's the best time to receive maximum benefit.
So Didi, another question around basic Srimat is eating outside. If we are offering bhog at home, we should not be eating anything outside?
Outside means restaurant or some Agyani family.
Yes.
Because if we are eating with Brahmins, it's a sattvic food.
Yeah.
So that's not problem because it is also outside. But if you are eating outside food cooked by a jnani, either in restaurant or with some family, friends, etc. Naturally, short-term disadvantage will be your yoga will not be good. And if you make it habit, long term, then naturally your progress will be hindered.
So now Keetan Bai from Sydney is asking, Didi, some new students are slowly stepping into Brahmin life, becoming vegetarian, but they cook non-veg for their family. So how can we help them to progress in this situation?
It takes time and courage to stop cooking for family, because Asian Brahmins or Asian family, they expect wife to cook at home. And especially in Australia, where street food is not so cheap. In Malaysia, they are so much used to eat street food. So sometimes wife will say, okay, go and eat outside, and husband may follow. But I've seen in Philippines and Australia, the husband is reluctant to go out. So gradually the wife has to be yogic and powerful, teach family, one of the family member, either daughter or son or husband, teach them. Like Sister Jayanti's mother, she used to tell Murli Bhai, Rajni Ban, you cook for yourself. And he was very cooperative in that he used to cook for himself, whatever non-veg he wanted to, he used to wash his dishes and leave the wife to whatever she wanted to do. So wife will have to be little bit cooperative. Rajni Ban used to go for parties or something to keep the husband company, but never used to cook non-veg. And she used to keep on doing service. So that way we found that more they were able to have yoga power, jnana and service. They were able to help themselves. But it needs
Time.
courage, detachment, and be yukti
Yeah,
to tackle the family.
yeah. Didi, what's the difference between a center and a Pathshala, Gita Pathshala, and what are the proceedings to open Baba's center? I know it's not very connected with today's topic, but
Center is where there are permanent center vasis living and morning class every day. Gita Pathshalas, especially in India, they are family running Gita Pathshala. And there may not be student coming every day, because it's a small city or small number of Brahmins, or most of them are mothers. So they don't come every day. They come Thursdays, Sundays, or they come in the evening 2-3 times a week, etc. So it's a mini center. Number is not so much, And in India, some of the Gita Pathshala, there is nobody staying. Sister from big center goes either every morning or 2-3 times a week and reads Murli and sustains the Brahmins. And to start center, Gita Pathshala or whatever, we always say, first start on a small scale. Usually we say, okay, first have public program, see the local people's interest, exhibition or lectures or shibirs or retreats like that, and see the interest and whether somebody is happy to share their one room for class. So we say, start with class.
Yeah.
Then have your own premises. And then as students' interest increases, have some permanent teacher.
Yeah.
Because more the teacher is available, because some people find it easy to come in the afternoon, some people find it easy to come in the evening. So depending on the interest of people, you can have the classes.
Somebody is saying that if somebody uses the excuse that I'm remembering Baba and then they are forgetful, how can you handle this? They forget to do things and then say, no, because I was remembering Baba.
No, Baba gives example in Murli. Somebody sitting in bus and they don't get down at that station where they had to get down. And they say, oh, I was remembering Baba. But Baba says, no, if you were in Baba's remembrance, you will have touching at the right time and you would get down from your bus stop at the right time. So if you are in Baba's remembrance, you will not miss.
So it means their yoga was not very accurate. They are forgetting everything.
The action will be accurate.
Yeah. One sister is saying that she lives at home and because of the Laukiks in the family, she's not able to make intense effort. Family members are there. She feels they are an obstacle for her effort. So she feels very resentful. She is jealous of other people who are making good effort. What to do?
The thing is, there are so many negativity. She's not able to make effort. She's revengeful. She's jealous. So it's not only that she is in the bondage, but she has so many negative feelings. So naturally, she is at a great loss. Because if you are in a bondage, and if you make good efforts, yoga, give up laziness, because her main problem is carelessness or laziness. And so if she renouncing that, then she will progress. And then she will not have revengeful feeling or jealousy. And that's what the aim should be. Not only she's making one mistake, but one voice is helping to have other voices. And that's what Baba always says, that voices are friends. If you allow one voice, other voices will come. So you have to be very careful not to blame anyone, not to give reasons, but keep on determined aim to have powerful yoga to cut off all bondages, and change sanskaras.
Yeah. Who is completely surrendered? Kumaris or married couples?
It depends. Not married couple or Kumari, but how much you are following Baba's direction. How much do you feel everything belongs to Baba? My body, mind, wealth, everything I should feel it belongs to Baba, and I should use my mind, body, wealth, time, money, energy according to Baba's Srimad. Then I am surrendered. Whether I am staying in a family or I am single.
So, Didi, why do I get affected when others are not having remembrance? So, I have BK friends, BK family, they are Brahmins, but I feel bad. I see they are not having yoga. Does this mean I still have attachment? Shouldn't I care about them?
Caring about them or loving them means inspiring them by your example, by your good feeling, sweet words, encouraging words. But if you are feeling sorrow for them, there is something wrong with you. Either you have attachment or you don't know the art of inspiring them.
I guess at some point we also have to detach, no? If it's not...
Detached, but as well as we should have good wishes and pure feelings that one day they will improve.
If I give myself sorrow or others sorrow, will I get immediate punishment now, or will I also go through Dharamraj? If I'm giving sorrow to myself or others, will the punishment come immediately or later, or both?
If I'm giving sorrow to myself, that's already punishment.
Yeah, it's true.
But if I'm giving sorrow to others, it depends. Usually for Brahmins, Baba says you will get punishment before going to Dharamraj. So you'll get sorrow.
One sister in Australia, in Sydney, is saying, I don't have the courage to go to 5 Dock for, Murli. How to gain that courage now after all this coronavirus situation?
Now, you should have the awareness that going to the center, being in their company, being in that environment will help you to progress. So that motivation needs to be there. Courage should be there. If you keep yourself under Baba's canopy, and when there are no restrictions, especially in Sydney, there are no restrictions, why should you not go? Motivate yourself. Have courage, go and keep yourself in Baba's company, and you will be fine.
Yeah. Now someone is asking, what is the punishment for severe illnesses like cancer? What is the vikarma to get things like cancer? Because many people are suffering now with these diseases.
Cancer most of the time is a painless disease. Only in last stages people have pain. When it has spread to bones, then it is very painful, or lungs, it's very painful. So it's sometimes karmic account is always there. Because in a family, not everybody will have cancer.
No.
Genes are there, as we call it. But that's the nowadays trend. Cancer, diabetes, heart disease, blood pressure, these are Kali-yugi disease. And that's what some karmic account are there. Because we have karmic account with doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and logics.
Yeah.
Because logics have to spend their time, money, energy.
Yeah.
So everybody has got their own karma, and depending on that, they have to suffer or use their and others' time, money, and energy.
To have Babas translate at home, do we need to follow anything, or can anybody put Babas translate at home?
Only if your family is in Gyan, you should keep that translate at home. If they are not in Gyan, not cooperative, not happy that you are having Brahma Baba's picture, I think usually I don't allow them to have Brahma Baba's translate.
So maybe Shiv Baba.
Shiv Baba's all right. But that also, your family should not say, what is this, why you are sitting there, etc. Because that will create peacelessness and negative environment in your home. So you have to be careful.
Didi, to have coffee, juices, things like this because of business reasons, social reasons is okay, no? Coffee, juice, things that are not cooked.
It depends. You might have heard the story of Brother Brij Mohan and Brother Ramesh. Both were chartered accountants. Ramesh Bhai had his own business, and Brij Mohan Bhai was working for another company. So Baba gave permission to Brij Mohan Bhai to drink tea that his boss offered. But Ramesh Bhai didn't give permission. He says, you are the boss. You should not drink tea or coffee made outside. If you want, you offer your customer, but don't drink yourself.
But nowadays it's such a fashion, Didi, go out and have a coffee, even in Brahmins. Coffee shop fashion.
I think that's not right. You can drink coffee at home. You can invite other Brahmins at your home and have coffee, tea, whatever you want, snacks, etc.
Yeah.
I think people have become very slack these days. And because they may start with Gyan chit-chat and then start gossip. And so I don't advise people to go for coffee shop.
So,
I think we should finish now.
well, there are many questions, Didi. 5 more minutes. Many questions. So, Didi, karma is only created when we perform physical actions. What about thoughts? Is that also a karma?
Of course. In the beginning, Baba used to say, no, thoughts, okay. But now Baba says, even in a thought, if you have negativity, it's karmic account. Because that negative vibration will spread in the atmosphere. And if you are negative towards somebody, then they will feel that.
Yeah.
Because people are very sensitive nowadays. If you dislike somebody, they will feel. If you don't smile, they will feel hurt. So that is also vikarma.
Yeah. Someone is saying, my body is not so strong, so I have to keep resting and not do too many activities. But my family requests me to join in with their activities, and I can't do so much. So then they get discontented, they're upset. So how do you deal with such a situation?
Main thing is we have to be careful, have good relationship with family, and let them be concerned about your health. Because if you love them, they love you. They will be concerned about your health and will be cooperative
Yeah.
in your sickness or pain. And that's where you have to see that if you feel like getting up and going and doing something, join them. Otherwise, tell them to excuse you and not join.
Yeah. If somebody has a disease and they become disabled because of the disease, now the soul understands that is karma, they are trying to stay positive, optimistic. Can they avoid this happening in the next cycle? Can they change their karma for the next cycle?
No. Gyan says whatever is happening now will happen again after 5,000 years.
Yeah.
So you can't change the next cycle. Next cycle will repeat identically.
Now, just two more questions and then we'll finish. One is that the kitchen in some center was not clean and there are cockroaches everywhere. So when the Centavasi gives us toli, we don't feel like eating it because the kitchen is not clean, it's not hygienic. What can we do?
We can help to keep the kitchen clean. Student can do some karma yoga, inspire everybody to come and do karma yoga, spring cleaning, and keep the kitchen clean.
Yeah. So it's a practical way of helping, no, the situation.
Yeah, because you can't just complain, you have to help.
Yeah. So Baba is incorporeal. Brahma Baba is now avyakt. He is not sakar anymore. And he is not going to be, Baba will not come anymore, right, in the sakar form. There will not be any more meetings with Baba in the sakar form. Okay. Now the last question, I'm just wrapping it up because many people are asking, what is the highest form of karma? How do we create a karmatit stage? What should we be doing now to create Satyuga? I mean, what is the highest karma that we can do now as the cycle is coming to a close? And this is our last question.
Highest karma is, the best charity is giving the soul, bringing them close to Baba, so that they can get direct power from Baba. So even in Lokik we say, educating somebody is the highest charity.
Yeah.
Whereas here, giving them jnana and connecting them with Baba is the highest charity or elevated karma And as we mentioned, to do that charitable karma, we have to have pure sanskaras,
Yeah.
yoga. Now, good news I will give to Asian now itself, that we have requested Mohini Band to bring Baba's message for Rakhi.
Oh, lovely.
So we will be sending that Baba's message of Rakhi to all, at least international centers. And today we have received Rakhi from Madhuban also, because usually we send Rakhi by post. But this time we will not be able to send it by post. I will be sending by email the photo of the Rakhi. And Ratan Mohini Dadi has also already sent in Hindi message. So within few days, English message from Ratan Mohini Dadi, the message from Mohini Band, and I usually send e-Rakhi to all Asian centers, so that also you will be getting soon. Om Shanti. So let us have few minutes meditation before we finish this evening.
And Didi, we can mention that next Saturday there will not be this class.
Yeah, next Saturday on 25th, I have webinar with Dr. Roger Call. So I'll be sending the link if you want your friends or some new souls to attend that webinar about healing heart and soul.
Yes.
I will be sending the link. And on 26th also I am having international webinar, so we'll be informing you. And so I think next 26th, most of you will be able to join, whether it will be webinar or also on YouTube. I think we might have to have double, so that webinar may have limited number, but if it is joined with YouTube, everybody will be able to join it.
Great.
Om Shanti. Let's have few minutes meditation.
भगवान तुम्हारा ज्ञान सिमर कर मन बेहद हर्षाता है। आनंद मगन आत्म पंछी, आनंद मगन आत्म पंछी अंबर में कहीं खो जाता है। भगवान तुम्हारा ज्ञान सिमर कर परम ज्ञान अब तक न पढ़ा, ना लिखा गया है किताबों में। भगवान पढ़ाएंगे सम्मुख, सोचा ना देखा ख्वाबों में। प्रभु मिलन का ये प्यारा अनुभव, प्रभु मिलन का ये प्यारा अनुभव शब्दों में कहा नहीं जाता है। भगवान तुम्हारा ज्ञान सिमर कर।
5 मिनट का मैसेज भरना है। सुना इसने? सिंगापुर के लिए मैसेज भेजना है। नहीं नहीं, इसी में से भेज। नहीं, हाँ।